Hello there, everybody. This is me, No Name of Spore, with exactly where I left off last time in this series, where we play as Great Britain and figure out what happens when you're only allowed one gun caliber per ship. We are, one gun caliber on a ship, I should say. We are still at war with Germany, still blockading them, still have ships in refit. We just did the design for the Minerva class cruiser, which is, I feel like that's a weird choice for a British cruiser. Actually, I want to go back into the Pearl class because I want to see what happens if I do like a machinery refit. If I do a seaplane hangar and then like 5 aircraft, you know. If I go 24 knots, I'm good. This would be a little bit more costly, but I could do something like that. So I wanted to target Apollo here. So replace machinery, oil firing, get the speed up to 25. Sit down here, remove those. I am going to remove the armor from the turrets. And then just remove the J and K. Well, I'll probably remove... I'm trying to think where I actually want the hangar visually on the diagram. Okay, so structure 2 isn't present. So I can use structure 2 if I want to. For the visual of the hangar, although I'm probably just going to get rid of like structure 4 and structure 5 here. I'm going to assume that these... Okay, I'm going to redo that. So open design for rebuild. No turret armor. Seaplane hangar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Replace machinery, oil, 25 knots. Check design, convert to an AV. Okay, good. Remove the torpedo tubes. Get rid of J and K. And we're already within the... Yeah, we're already slow enough. Well, not slow enough. We're already above weight. So, what did I want to do? So I wanted to get rid... okay, so I want to convert... I want to get rid of that funnel, convert this one into an oval funnel about there. So I'm going to get rid of structure 4 and structure 5. Okay, so structure... Oh crap, structure 2 is actually a line. Let's try this again. Open design for rebuild. Alright. Clear the mounts. Clear J and K. Okay, so I can use structure 4 and 5 for this aft section. That's what I'll do. Place machinery, oil, 25 knots, no turret armor, seaplane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, check, yeah, change, type, okay. We can also try to get a little bit more out of the fire control, or, reduce the fire control down to 1, because it's not really going to be a ship designed to be shot at, but oh well. Can't put mines on a cruiser yet. Unfortunately, it would... Oh, actually, it might not just be... I might just not be able to put mines on Navy. Okay, so get rid of 4, get rid of 5, delete the aft funnel, and turn it into an oval here. So it's kind of like the aft funnel is being dragged forward a bit. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so structure 4 and 5 will be where I put the hangar down. So I'm trying to think about how float plane operations are going to work on such a ship. So I would imagine that we'd have something like, a hangar roughly there-ish. And then, probably a crane about here. Okay, so let's figure this out. So maybe we'd have like 2 cranes on either side. Let's put, yeah, let's put the cranes in. Zoom in a lot more. Good enough. Go back here. And then we'll just imagine that these 2 guns are kind of built on top of the structure. Okay, so we can do something like this. And then structure 5 would go on top of the hangar. At which point I'm trying to think what would be up there. I'm gonna need to look up the idea of the float plane carrier. Okay, list of aircraft carriers. Maybe that'll get it. Okay, so no, that's not gonna work. What is the definition of this? Okay, seaplane carrier. Seaplane carrier. I should not look up float plane carrier. I should look up seaplane carrier in Wikipedia. Sorry, or seaplane tender. Okay, so HMS Ark Royal served as one. I see the cranes on her. That's a really early HMS Ark Royal. There's Albatross. So I see how those early ones did it, but they had it on the bow, well, we'd have to have it more in the stern. Okay, list of seaplane carriers by country. United Kingdom. So I see where they put the hangar, it's just the seaplanes are launched off the aft end of it. Okay, here's a thought. I'm going to redesign this so it looks better. So structure 4 will go away. Structure 5 we don't have yet. So what am I going to do? So I'm going to get rid of the Y turret. S and T will also go away. But instead we're going to have H and I. Cannot go faster. So no point in having a Y since the aft end will be where the float planes are operated from. So what about an R? I guess we'll do an R. We'll do an R. And then I can make this look a little better. I'll probably base this off of like the packet ships converted to seaplane tenders. So this will be stuff like HMS Engadine. Okay, structure 4. Okay, so we would start that here. It would actually go, the hangar would probably go to about, I'd probably do like this. Um, okay, so I'm trying to think about how I want to do like the cranes. I kind of want to do that. Oh, maybe a little longer. I want to give the crane, I want to make it look like the cranes have a little bit more support. Maybe I'll do that with the last little bit of structure. Okay. And then here I am going to do a little bit more, kind of just on the aft end. And then try to cover it up. That did not work anywhere near as well as anticipated. Alright, so structure 5. Structure 5, that will be the box here. Okay, and then I will do with it the little crane bits about there. I guess that'll work. Okay. This will be the modification of the Phoebe-class cruiser into a float plane tender. And I'm actually going to grab a picture of this one and post it in the Share Your Designs chat. In the Blues Discord. Right? So we're only going to be building one. Because it's expensive, and yeah. Interesting, that's what Germany's building. That's actually, I would say concerning, but 8-inch turrets? Not really. Okay, so we got something back, right? I don't know what we got back, but we got something. Maybe it was in one of these cruisers. But I'm not keeping the Benbows in the active fleet, so I don't really care. If anything, I'd have to send more Victorious in, but I think I'm going to wait till Dreadnought completes. I'll decline a destroyer action. I'll accept a cruiser battle. I'll accept that. Okay, there we go. We get a little battle going. Italy has decided to send 2 CLs, so Marsala and Nino Bixio. So these are slow, old slow protected cruisers. Then we have our main ships. They do send a destroyer division though, which are probably more useful than the cruisers. But yeah, our brilliants are going to be outrunning these Italian CLs if needed. Okay, so I want to quickly check. Do we have anything which resembles a coastal target? No, those are all batteries. I assume this is a battery. So Germany's goal is going to be to sink ships. Possibly up by Hartlepool. It is about midnight. About midnight in game. In real life, it's actually like 2. So, and then for you guys, it'll hopefully be like 10 a.m. a couple days from now. Actually, a little bit past 10 a.m. Like, I guess 10:15, 10:16 if you've started watching this from the beginning. Now, normally, I'd be like, somebody tell me if I'm right, but nobody's gonna watch this video the second it releases. Like, I'm fully aware of that. I'm not a big enough channel for that to happen. This video will get views. It'll probably be like a 2-digit number of views. But, you know, with a 2-digit number of views, I highly doubt that anyone's gonna watch it at the beginning. Alright, something's shooting. Something's shooting at someone else. Where? Okay. If shots being fired over here and over... Okay. Lots of reports from this general vicinity. We're here. We need to figure out what's going on. We have 4 CLs. Recon flights have taken off. It's close to the morning. I'm going to accelerate to 20 knots. There is a merchant. So, by being here, we are providing this merchant protection. I'm going to go 19 just so these Italian cruisers can kind of stay up. So yeah, 1 fleet sighted here, 1 fleet sighted here. I'm wondering if this was one of our ships spotting us after hearing gunfire, and then this is just something else. Because I'm not seeing anything in this region. There we go. CL Thetis class, CL Berlin. So that's a destroyer they're shooting at, a Derwent, old Derwent. Okay, enemy destroyers are coming down. We have crossed these guys' T's solidly, and now they're running away. Squad max. It's time for the hunt. Wait, no. Why can you not target these guys? Okay, so our destroyer is shooting at them. Now, unfortunately, these Italian cruisers are going to run out of ammo. I'm actually going to take manual control over them for now, so that they kind of just stay going in the right direction. Now, the issue is, these guys will outrun us. However, that Berlin class has slowed massively. I don't know why. Might have been dropping behind. So the V1 looks damaged, possibly having some issues. It is slower. I don't know why it's slower. Maybe it was rescuing survivors. Maybe they sank a merchant down here or something. It might have been it. It might have been rescuing survivors from that merchant, from a sunken merchant. Yes. Okay, so there is a sunken merchant. And that was actually a spacebar push, and I think that is going to generate a yes. Anyways, it looks like we might be able to catch the Berlin class. We are reporting heavy damage. I'm not sure I see that quite yet. I do see that forward gun taken out. The Thetis class is still running. Thetis class are quick, so it's going to be difficult to run that down. Although it looks like we're doing it. Okay, yeah. TR Merchant 9 has been sunk. What is that destroyer doing? That's a coastal patrol destroyer! Being like, alright, today's our day for glory! Unfortunately, it only has 1 torpedo tube loaded, and I'm not sure it's, you know, the one it can fire from that position. Alright, we are really shooting up that Berlin class. These guys are slowed. These guys are slowed massively. They're slowed to the point where the Italian cruisers are having their fun. Okay, so I kind of want to stay a little bit to the north of these guys, because that kind of puts them between both of our cruiser formations. Unfortunately, we have those destroyers being meanies. Sitting out in front of our formation. They're in perfect torpedo position. Okay, so that Berlin class is on fire. No, that was not what I wanted to do. I want you to stay this way. I think the goal now is to do a flotilla attack. Never mind. Good shot, whoever that was. Yeah, target the Thetis. Okay, weather's just gotten rainy. Okay, so Thetis is now trying to run away. Now that we have sunk another Berlin-class cruiser. We are going to deplete the entire German cruiser force. Okay, so the light cruiser force misunderstands signals, which is gonna make this... Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Okay, kind of pull away a little bit. Okay, so one issue we're having is the German destroyers here. Just in the way a little bit too much. As we chase down this enemy cruiser. So we are scoring some hits on them. Looks like the Italian cruisers, though, are having issues keeping up. So I will put them on under AI control. I will just try to knock out an additional destroyer here. That Thetis class has run again. How many destroyers does Germany actually have? All V1s. Germany hasn't laid down a new destroyer class yet. They have 24. So, knocking out destroyers can help. I mean, we have 116. The real issue is, you know, the battle fleet. But they just aren't bringing it out. Okay, so we've crippled 2 destroyers at this point. I'm actually going to order you to cross behind. Because if I can get this one and then go back for the one over here, you know, that'll be a pretty big victory. Alright, swerve. Get your broadside guns to bear. Our 6-inchers just aren't doing enough. Is it on fire yet? No. Come on. Alright, do a small turn like this, and just kind of try to keep as many guns on target as you can. Wow, all misses there. Alright, so now we can cross in front of her. I'm trying to not offer this destroyer good torpedo shots. Okay, she's sinking. Okay, so I don't know where that... Okay, yeah, we didn't catch that other destroyer, but we got a cruiser and a destroyer. Um, their objective was to sink 2 ships. They only got 1 merchant, so... Yeah, they got this merchant. They shelled her with 5-inch shells, and she sank. But we got the CL Hamburg. She actually did fire a torpedo at us. So what happened? So we were scoring 6-inch hits with our cruisers when we encountered her. So hull hit belt extent, or not belt extent, belt penetration. Okay, so we destroy the turret there. This is probably a bad one. This is a fairly bad one. She did have flooding at that moment, so she might have slowed a little bit. Structure hit. Splinters perforate uptakes. That was the bad hit. That was the hit which slowed her down. Okay, so we got a turret hit. Didn't do enough. All hit. Okay, yeah, she's on fire at this point. And then the torpedo from Talbot. Good shot. V29 we sank, so she had taken, looks like 4 and 6-inch hits. That was the one we were wrecking at the end. So this merchant, we already checked her. Medusa, yeah, okay, she could still run at her full 30 knots there at the end. She wasn't slowed at all. The Thetis class just keep running away from us. So we were able to get some 3-inch hits in, nothing major, I think a single 6-inch. And then we had this other German destroyer where we did get a 6-inch fore-aft hull hit. So I'm actually, hold on, let me go back to this. So we were shelling this ship a lot. At the end there, it did seem like it took a few hits. I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, so if we're sitting here, so this hit was bad. These two didn't do anything because they were near misses, and we would have reported them as hits. She did actually launch a torpedo at us, so my concerns were somewhat warranted that she was firing torpedoes. But she missed, thank goodness. So that was a shell burst limited by coal bunkers that didn't do much, and then 2 near misses. And then we finally get we finally get a decent 6-inch hit, and then she sinks. Yeah, not the greatest performance. But, you know, we get a victory out of it. Get a bit more VP. Yes, complete Caesar with our best fire control. Dreadnought has finished her reconstruction. Ooh, improved triples. Enables a separate scouting force with CA and BC. Lose another destroyer to a mine. Alright, lay down Minerva. They're still blockaded. Now, we did get Dreadnought back, which means that I'm going to send Victorious in for the Director rebuild. Which leaves Mars as the only battleship which has not had a gun, or not had a Director rebuild so far. Or only capital ship. So that's good. Okay, so we'll get Hood and Jupiter back in 2 months. Caesar will complete in 3. And then Victorious in 4. And then I presume I'll put Mars... You know, I'm going to put Mars in now so that we get both of these ships back soon. So, there we go. That's the current build queue. And, yeah, we have that little seaplane cruiser thing. HMS Apollo being rebuilt into one. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys next time as we're looking at these ships and I think these are the only 2 episodes I'm gonna record tonight. Maybe I'll do a third. I don't know. Yeah. Bye. I don't know. The endings for these always feel like really awkward.